If I was starting my YouTube channel in 2024, these are the exact things that I would be thinking about. So I'm gonna walk you through exactly what I would do if I were you if I was starting my channel right now. And this includes deciding how I would monetize my channel from the beginning, how I would come up with video ideas that are actually going to grow my channel, and also the tools and what exactly I would buy gear-wise when it comes to like a microphone or a camera if I was just starting right now. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first step, if you're looking to start your YouTube channel, is really deciding how you want to monetize, right? So are you looking to be a YouTuber where you're focused on sponsorships and AdSense and affiliate marketing, or are you more focused on like selling your existing products and services using YouTube as a platform to do that? And for me, mine has been the latter, as far as I have a digital product-based business and I use YouTube to really point people to my offers and grow my audience. And so it's really important to think about that from the get-go, because that's really going to change your strategy as far as what kinds of videos you're going to make and what you're going to share, right? And if you're looking to use YouTube as a business owner, I mean, that's what I talk about all the time when it comes to my YouTube strategy and how it's literally helped me to grow my business, by thousands of dollars in passive income. And I really look at YouTube for my marketing strategy as a business owner, and it is sustainable, evergreen, long form content. And I know that's a lot of words, but evergreen essentially means that videos you post today can get found in the algorithm and in search years from now for months and years to come. And so when you're posting the content, it has a really long shelf life. It means it's not going to go away after 24 to 48 hours like a typical Instagram post, but YouTube really has a lot of longevity. And for me, I really see that as bringing a lot of sustainability in my marketing and not having to show up on Instagram every single day. Instagram is a powerful platform. I still use it. I love Instagram, you guys know that, but pairing that with a marketing strategy like long form content on YouTube has really been gold for me and my business. And so it is long form content, right? So YouTube videos are a little bit longer, but if you're willing to dive into it, it can be a really great way to use YouTube as a business owner if you're wanting to push your own products and services. And then once you know how you want to monetize, it's really getting specific on what is your niche going to be, what are the topics you're going to create, and really just making sure that it makes sense for whatever you're trying to sell in the end. Like if you have a very like lifestyle brand, then it's not going to make as much sense for you to sell business education like I do, right? Like you need to make sure that your channel matches whatever you are trying to do as far as monetization goes. And if you wanted to learn a little bit more about this and learn more about how to use YouTube to grow your business specifically, I actually have a free YouTube online class that is happening very, very soon. So if you go down to the link in the description, you can get all the details. We're running it live, but then after it's live, you can also sign up for the replay of the class. And it's going to be really helpful for you if you're a business owner trying to use YouTube to market yourself. All right, the next thing when it comes to creating videos for your YouTube channel and actually getting started this year is coming up with ideas for your videos. Like what kind of videos should you even create? What's actually going to be impactful? The first recommendation that I like to always come back to, especially when we're thinking about using YouTube for business, is what does your ideal client want? Like what are they searching for? What kinds of topics would they want? What kinds of videos would they find interesting, right? Making sure you're attracting the right person with the types of videos that you are creating. And to take it a step further than that, what are trending topics or seasonal topics or just hot topics in general in your industry right now? That can be very impactful for gaining reach for your channel, because although, some videos that are going to be more evergreen in the sense of they could get seen and make sense for months or years down the line, but creating videos sometimes around the, what's the new thing in your industry or the new thing some people are talking about is a great way to get in front of new eyes. And so for me, right now, this could look like creating videos on AI and how to use AI in your industry. It could be like for me and my niche, a lot of times it's when there's a new Instagram update or when Reels first came out. Like those are all hot topics. And so creating videos around that is definitely very impactful for growing your channel. And then my recommendation too is really just to have a brainstorming session and sit down and for 30 minutes write down as many ideas as you can as it relates to your niche and your ideal client for video topics. That can be really helpful to get you started. Just think about like what comments and DMs and questions have you gotten from your ideal client in the past? What kinds of problems does your business solve, and how can you create videos around those different topics, right? And if you're having a hard time figuring this out, or you're not really sure where to start when it comes to brainstorming those topics, my recommendation is that it's time to do some market research. Like you need to know your ideal client like the back of your hand. And if you don't, it's time to do some research on who they are, what their pain points are, what kinds of things they're wondering, and how you can help solve that. And then thinking about how can take that and put it into, 10 to 15 minute long YouTube videos. And so if you're not sure about that, do some market research, whether it is on, Google and seeing what search terms are being searched, Instagram comments, looking at your own DMs and emails and messages and what are your clients or your customers saying to you. It could be even going into like Facebook groups and seeing what people are saying in there. If there's Facebook communities that have your ideal client in it, or it could even be like going on Reddit and looking at threads and seeing like what people are saying when it comes to different topics and how you can create videos around different questions they have or different things that they are wondering. Okay, so besides the strategy, the next thing that you might be wondering when it comes to starting your YouTube channel and what to do now in 2024 is what should you do for your filming setup? Like what mic should you use? What camera should you use? If I was starting my channel right now and I didn't already have what I'll call a fancy camera, so like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, if that was the case, what I personally would do is I would use my smartphone and just get a mic that plugs directly into my smartphone and just makes things so incredibly easy. I recommend the Rode VideoMic Me. You can get, ones that have a lightning port versus a USB-C that plug into different types of phones. And it literally, all you do is you just take the mic, plug it directly into your smartphone, and it's as simple as that. You don't have to change any settings. You don't have to do anything with it. And I actually have mine right here. So this is the version this is a USB-C right here. So this plugs directly into, I actually have to take my case off in order to do it, but I have my phone right here. So this just plugs directly into my phone right there. And then I point this in the direction that I'm recording. So if I'm using the front facing camera, I'm going to point it this way. If I'm using my back facing camera, I'm going to point it this way. For my phone, because it is an iPhone 15 Pro, I feel like the front facing camera would be excellent quality because I can do 4K on my front facing camera. If you can do 4K, I would definitely recommend using the back facing camera if that's the only option that has 4K, because it's just going to be a little bit better quality. And for older phones, I definitely recommend using the back facing camera. Even though you won't be able to see yourself, it'll just be a lot better quality when it comes to YouTube. And then you literally just plug this in and then you're good to go. And these are, I believe, under $100. So they're definitely very affordable. I also use it for like recording Instagram content, like stories and reels and things like that, just to up level my audio quality. So it's definitely very versatile in that sense too. But anyways, that is what I would do, because using your phone, like you're probably a lot more familiar with how to use your phone than a fancy camera. If that's gonna hold you back from starting your YouTube channel, I would just use my phone, right? Like use what you have and what you're comfortable with. And as you go and get more comfortable with other aspects of filming YouTube videos and YouTube video creation, then you can upgrade later on. Like you can upgrade your gear and you don't have to stick with what you have forever, right? I started off with a Canon M50 for my camera. And actually, technically I used to do photography and I started with a camera I used for photography, but it was terrible for filming. So then I eventually upgraded to this. This is about $1,000 for this lens and camera setup I recommend. We'll link all of this in the description. This is a Rode VideoMic Me. I really love this microphone as well. There is a port on the back of it here that this can plug. If you have a headphone port on your phone, it can plug directly into a phone as well. So you only have to buy one microphone for when you eventually upgrade to a camera. But my recommendation, like if this already freaks you out and you're like, I will not film videos if I have to figure out how to use a camera, just start with your smartphone and then you can always upgrade later on. But we'll have all of these different setups like linked down below so you can decide whatever is best for you. And then to go along with that, my recommendation is, as far as like editing your videos, use free software to begin. There's so many amazing free softwares out there. There's iMovie, either on if you have an iPhone or on your Apple computer. iMovie is a completely free software. Yes, you can upgrade like to Final Cut Pro, but Final Cut Pro is $299. It's a one-time fee, or you can use a program like Adobe Premiere Pro is a subscription-based program, or Descript is another option. But to be honest, I used iMovie, the free program, for 2 years for my YouTube videos until I got more serious and started making money from YouTube. Like I just used iMovie and it was totally fine. It did pretty much everything that I needed it to do. And that's what I recommend to my students who are looking to start on YouTube, is just use what's free and really just focus on being committed to YouTube and staying consistent first. And then once you do that and kind of prove to yourself like, okay, I'm doing this thing, I'm consistent, then use that to invest in yourself as well when it comes to gear. Okay, so are you ready to start on YouTube? I know it can be a little bit scary, and I just wanted to give you some encouragement that everyone starts somewhere when it comes to YouTube. Like if you start now, just imagine where you're going to be in a year from now or 5 years from now and the impact that YouTube could have for your business. And I just want to encourage you, like, go back to my first videos on my channel and look at them and look at how cringy I was on camera. Like, everybody literally starts somewhere. You probably notice how cringy you feel like you are on camera more than other people will notice. And really, really do believe YouTube is something that the more that you do it, the better you get at it, the faster you get at it. And by starting now, you're starting to build that muscle for creating YouTube content over and over again. And at this point, I've mentioned this on my channel before, but when I was first starting out, it usually would take me like an hour or 2 hours to film one 15-minute YouTube video, versus now in about a 3-hour time span, I can usually film around 6 YouTube videos. But that didn't come because I didn't start my channel or because I didn't practice. It's been years at this point. It's been literally 5 years of me showing up almost every single week on YouTube and creating videos every single week, right? And so it's really served me so well now though, like building up that almost like skill set, right, of being able to create YouTube videos and film YouTube videos. And now I also have a team that helps me as far as editing and scheduling videos and all of that. And so YouTube is very hands-off for me now in the sense of once I film the videos, which again, that process has gotten a lot faster for me. And once I film them, like my team takes care of the rest. I really don't have to do much when it comes to video creation. So it really is such an amazing way to market your business and such a sustainable way in the long term, and thinking in the long term on that. And if you haven't already and you want to learn more about using YouTube as a business owner, join that free YouTube class. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Like I mentioned, we're gonna host it live for the very first time in early January of 2024. But if you cannot make it to the live time, there is going to be a replay available pretty much immediately after we are done. You can sign up for access to the replay. If you have any questions about anything we talked about in this video, feel free to comment below as always. And I'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. Bye guys.